Today's movie story will make you cry because the villain of this movie is none other than the father himself. Yes, friends, when your own father is your biggest enemy, where can you go? And why? Just because his second child was born with dark skin. Seeing the dark skin, this arrogant royal father could not accept his own son. Out of deep sadness, the child jumped into the water and committed suicide. But the elder son, whom he loved so much, was he really his real son? This movie has mind-blowing twists that will shock you. So without any delay, let's get started with your favorite channel Spooky Brain. In a royal palace, a little boy is looking at an old family picture with deep sadness, feeling this family never accepted him. Suddenly, dark tree roots come out from the floor, pulling him underground while he screams for help. This was actually a terrifying nightmare of a middle-aged royal man named Bhubnam. Waking up sweating, he says he must get the answer to one big question and suddenly loses consciousness. The maid finds Bhubnam unconscious and quickly calls Dr. Acharya, who is Bhubnam's closest friend. Dr. Acharya is a strange man. He once lied to a dying patient just to let him die in peace. Getting the news, Dr. Acharya rushes to the palace. On the way, Bhubnam's elder son Lavna says that Bhubnam's liver is almost destroyed because of heavy drinking, but he is still alive by a miracle. Reaching the palace, Acharya learns that Bhubnam's wife Renuka has been locked in her room for years. Acharya advised Bhubnam to go to the hospital, but Bhubnam refused. He stubbornly says he only wants to know if his dead second son Kasama was really his real biological child or not. Here the mystery is revealed. Lavna looked like Bhubnam, but the second son Kasama looked completely different. So Bhubnam doubted Renuka and hated Kasama from his birth. The boy trapped in the dream was Kasama. Bhubnam wanted a DNA test, but Acharya said doubting his wife and doing a DNA test would destroy the family honor. Bhubnam gets angry and tells Acharya to leave. Acharya tries to make Renuka, but she does not open the door. Lavna then tells Acharya that he is leaving the house because of his father's crazy behavior. Bhubnam hears this and screams again that Kasama could never be his child. Now the story goes 25 years back in a flashback. Bhubnam was a playboy traveling to different cities. Acharya came and told him that his old father wanted him to marry and continue the royal family line, but Bhubnam refuses to marry just to please his father. Coming back to the present, while Bhubnam was taking a bath, he steals the secret key to Kasama's room to find any proof of his wife's lie. Searching the room, he suddenly sees Renuka standing in front of him and gets confused if she is real or a dream. The scene shifts back to the past flashback. On his way to meet his sick father, Bhubnam first meets Renuka, who was traveling to the same place to take care of his old father. Arriving at the place, Bhubnam finds his father sick in bed and gets emotional. Bhubnam asks for black coffee and Renuka helps the servants make it properly. Meanwhile, Acharya shares a sad story with Bhubnam about how an old man tortured his daughter-in-law for only giving birth to daughters and finally committed suicide. Bhubnam calls it backward thinking, but Acharya warns that this bad thinking still exists everywhere. The next day, Renuka reads Bhubnam's hand and warns that smoking too much will shorten his life. But Bhubnam laughs and says he wants to enjoy his life fully. But Acharya did not like their growing friendship because of their social status difference and strictly tells Renuka to focus only on her work. Renuka silently accepts this. One day, Renuka finds an old audio tape of a song that Bhubnam's late mother used to sing. Listening to this, Bhubnam cries and Renuka's simple nature slowly melts his cold heart. Later, Renuka tries to horse riding, falls down hard and hurts her knee. She smiles and says falling down is part of learning. Seeing her strong spirit, Bhubnam feels deeply in love with her. Then days pass and they go horse riding near the river. Bhubnam confesses his extreme fear of water. Renuka takes a boat to the other side while Bhubnam watches her from far away. Realizing he wants to marry her just like his father loved his mother. Renuka then shows Bhubnam that his old father automatically puts his hand on his chest and shows other royal portraits posing the same way, joking that this habit is in their royal genetics. Shortly after Bhubnam's father dies, Renuka prepares to leave, but Bhubnam takes her to the middle of the river on a boat and confesses his love. But Renuka calmly rejects him, saying she already loves another man. Bhubnam is heartbroken. That rainy night, he feels his royal ancestors ordering him from the dark to take the woman he wants and save the royal family line. The next morning, Bhuvnam dresses in royal clothes and tells Acharya that he will marry Renuka at any cost, and Acharya must arrange this immediately. Coming back to this present, Renuka had actually stepped out of her room to see what Bhuvnam was searching in their dead son room. Acharya arrives and Bhuvnam reveals he already stole Kasamma's bones and teeth from his grave after having a dream where Kasamma challenged him to prove the truth. Bhuvnam had tricked Lavna to dig up Kasamma's grave and took the bones. Acharya gets angry and slaps Bhuvnam hard. Bhuvnam then accuses Acharya, screaming that Acharya himself might be Kasamma's father. Acharya is deeply hurt, while Lavna says the DNA test should be done to end this nightmare. Suddenly, Bhuvnam holds his chest and falls down. Right then, a police inspector arrives saying that a man named Michael claimed Kasamma was his own child and Bhuvnam bought him with money. Acharya denies this, saying he delivered Renuka's child himself. Lavna then explained to the police how Bhuvnam's doubt started. Kasamma was born very dark, while both parents were very fair. Hearing people's rumors, Bhuvnam thought Renuka was cheating and started hating the baby Kasamma. Even when his business did well, Bhuvnam only showed Lavna in advertisement and completely ignored Kasamma. He bought gifts only for Lavna and rejected little Kasamma cold-heartedly. When Kasamma asked Lavna why father hated him, Lavna told him that he was an unwanted adopted child. Kasamma fought with Lavna, but Bhuvnam came and beat little Kasamma brutally, screaming that he was not his real child. Later, while Lavna was playing cricket, Kasamma was not allowed to play and disappeared. Shortly after, his dead body was found drowned in the river. Renuka blamed Bhuvnam for Kasamma's death and locked herself in her room for 25 years, while Bhuvnam destroyed himself with alcohol. The inspector goes to Bhuvnam's room, seeing Michael's dark skin. Bhuvnam's doubt rises again, and he agrees to a government forensic DNA test using Kasamma's bones. Acharya was very angry, but the forensic team collected the sample. Bhuvnam's health got worse quickly, but his arrogance kept him alive just to see the report. On the day of the court decision, an almost dying Bhuvnam arrives in the court. This was actually Acharya's master plan to make Bhuvnam face his sins before dying. The judge opens the envelope. Michael's DNA matched only 1%, but Bhuvnam's DNA matched 99% with Kasamma. Science proved that due to rare genetics, fair parents can have a dark child. Bhuvnam's world breaks down, seeing the proof that Kasamma was 100% his own real son. The extreme guilt and shock triggers a heart attack. Bhuvnam dies on the court floor holding the report. Hearing this, Renuka finally comes out after 25 years to perform the last rites. Following royal tradition, she whispers in dead Bhuvnam's ears, Kasamma, whom you hated so much, was 100% your real blood. But Lavna, whom you thought was your proud heir, is not your real child. Then Acharya leans to Bhuvnam's ear and whispers, Bhuvnam, you were so proud of your royal blood, but you yourself were an orphan child adopted by your father. The flashback reveals Renuka was pregnant by her old lover who rejected her. Acharya advised her to marry Bhuvnam to save her child, so Lavna was her previous lover's son. On the other hand, Bhuvnam's mother died during delivery. His fathers adopted the orphaned Bhuvnam from an ashram and raised him as a royal prince. What a cruel irony of fate. The royal blood Bhuvnam was so proud of, he had no royal blood at all. The elder son Lavna he loved so much was another man's child, and the younger son Kasamma he beat to death was his only true biological child. In the final scene, Lavna lights Bhuvnam's funeral fire and walks back through the palace, unconsciously putting his hand on his chest just like the royal portrays, still believing he is a royal blood. And with this shocking story, the video comes to an end. If you enjoyed this tragic thriller story, let us know in the comments. Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get every explanation first. Don't forget to like and share. See you soon in the next video. Until then, take care and bye bye.